Welcome all to Emerald Downs Weekly. We'll take a look back, a look ahead, all stuff Emerald Downs and thoroughbred racing. Thanks for joining us. And I'm seeing here, fellas, we're wearing some dark colors for the most part. That's because behind is the beautiful paddock at Emerald Downs. All that nice green grass and the colorful center section as well with the flowers. So that adds, Emerald Downs is beautiful. Hey, Joe Withey along with Gary Doherty and Phil Ziegler. Fellas, we got a lot to talk about as usual, racing and promotions. And Gary, why don't you hit it off with the brief schedule for this upcoming weekend?
Yeah, we got 10 weeks to go in the season. Another 3-day week coming up, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. First race Friday at 6:30. We'll have the horseshoe toss. And, you know, last weekend, Phil, we almost had somebody get that $1,000 bucks.
It was really close, couple inches away.
Yep, almost a leaner. Katie Wade, who does some country music, will be out here performing between the races. On to Saturday, it's country night, dollar night, so bring out a lot of dollar bills. And also, we're bringing back the mechanical bull.
Yeah, Gary, I remember this.
There was quite a bit of time before you actually got on that.
Yeah, but it didn't
called
take
editing.
But it didn't take long.
It was
once
real
you
greasy.
were on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm proud of
saying
myself
hi.
because I lasted twice as long as Gary. He lasted
2001, 2002,
7/8
2003,
of a second.
2004,
It's going to start. This is going to end real quick,
2006.
folks, and that's it. Done. Now, Gary, you're going to give it another shot this year, right?
It's possible.
You've
We'll
been
see.
practicing, though. I know you've been practicing on the rodeo circuit.
Yeah.
There you are.
By golly.
Look at that.
That was in Vegas.
That's
Back
pretty
in March.
good.
I didn't
That
know you had a
pork.
picture of that.
that poor Hereford or cow or
That was
bull
before
or
the
whatever
season
it is.
started.
Look at that. You look like you figured it out.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
we're expecting much more out of you on the bull then this
Yes.
time around.
That's
So
right.
that will
Because that's a fairly recent picture, I think. In fact, a brand new picture like just an hour ago.
that's possible.
Country night's always fun. Dollar corn dogs,
Yep. Dollar
fountain
night.
drinks,
Ice cream sandwiches.
ice cream sandwiches, popcorn.
And afterwards, we'll have Linda Ronstadt tribute and the Eagles.
Linda Ronstadt,
Yes.
what a voice.
Fifth floor.
Not
after
that
the
she's
races.
going to be here, but the
No,
tribute.
The
very good
tribute to
tribute.
her, yes.
And Phil, a huge day on Sunday. Premio Esmeralda Fiesta.
Fiesta Premio Esmeralda, the dancing horses. Everybody loves the dancing horses. You got to come out early on
Yes.
Sunday. The show starts at 12:30, so do not miss it. Come to the track early. We start racing at 2, but the dancing horses at 12:30. They'll be back later in the day, and we have food vendors
Right.
and other vendors out here. The mariachis, the dancers. It's
Yeah.
such a great
It
day,
is.
and the weather's supposed to be
And
perfect.
4
as
stakes
always.
races.
And 4 stakes races.
4
What a
stakes.
big day.
We'll be talking about those, you bet. And weather is expected to be pretty nice this weekend. That's the forecast as well.
It is, yes.
So
80s.
looking forward to that. Yeah, 80s. Wow, okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about last week, and we'll get into some other topics as well as we started at 6:30 on our Fab Friday past. And let's go to that second race right away. Trainer Patty Lydon, who is Wayne McDonald's younger sister, she's off to a good start. She wins here with Red City Zip. It was Patty's second win at the meeting, but 6 of her 9 horses have been in the top 3. There's Red City Zip. Ryan Barber had a pretty good week last week. He was aboard in race number 2. And let's keep going. Let's go on to the 5th race. This was a really good finish here. Fairly wide open race with fillies and mares, and we're heading down toward the line. And look at that 4-horse in the middle, fellas. That is Cherokee Louise. And she is going to get up and win. 2 in a row
Right
for
there.
her.
Look at that
Yeah.
bob. Yep.
Really tight finish. She's 4 for 4 in the money since coming up to Emerald Downs for the first time this year. Cherokee Louise right there. And the feature race was race number 6, and this horse that we're featuring in the feature race has been pretty successful this year.
He's Not Great, just in front, guarding the monies at the inside with a furlong to go. Center of the racetrack, Iron Rob is gaining with every stride. 16th for home now. He's Not Great, trying to hold on, guarding the money the inside, but He's Not Great gets the job done.
4 wins for He's Not Gray in winning the feature race on Friday night. Say it, Phil. John Parker.
John Parker, owner John Parker, yes, and I think 1 to 5.
Yeah.
I believe.
Well, You know,
And a
he
big
has
show
been
pool.
first
Big
horse
show
to win
pool.
4 races at the meeting.
Yep.
Right there. He's Not Gray.
I think he deserved this one, Joe. He had the duel head-and-head
Yeah.
the first half mile, and those factions are quite quick. So, I mean, even being 1-5, he had to earn that win.
He did. He went 108 flat. He is really a successful racehorse. He is now 8 for 13 lifetime. Stakes winner at 2. Ended last year on a great run, and he's won 4 races already at this meeting. So he's Not Gray for trainer Candy Kreiderman, and of course Gary Wales kept his streak alive on Friday. We'll talk more about that. Let's look at the 7th and final. We had a good action in this race, and we're going to feature this 3-horse coming up the rail. It was a little bit of a price. Jeff Metz, our leading trainer, 4 of our last 6 seasons. That was his first win at the meeting. So congratulations to Jeff, who came back into town about halfway through the meet this year. Jose Zanino had a nice week.
You know what was neat about that win was it caused a jackpot pick 7 carry over to Saturday. So some of us were quite excited to see a bunch of money roll into Saturday's card.
More about that as well coming up. Okay, well, that was a look at Friday and other things that happened last week as well. Of course, we had a nice Fab Friday night, and then British night was Saturday, Gary. Phil?
Yeah, Carlo, our casino manager, made a big deal.
There he
playing
is.
goal.
Oh!
What a save!
Save there.
Yep.
He can still move. Oh, he got beat by the youngster.
Then look who gets in goal next.
Everybody wants to go to the left here.
Yep.
Carlo's not. Who's in goal?
That looks like the try.
Oh. Gary, you made the save.
You made the
I
save.
don't look as good as
How many?
You made the price. You made the save.
It's a good thing there wasn't a rebound with other players out there because it took you a while to get back in position.
And then the last one, Gary's going to shoot at Carlo.
Yes.
That's close. That was terrible.
Wide left.
Watch this.
Did anybody get hurt on that one at the over in the park?
I overthunk it, Phil.
Did that
I
bounce
overthunk
off a food truck?
I think it went.
Ironically, the Seahawks called
parking
you the
lot.
next day and offered you a job, right?
Okay. Well, all right.
First ever British night.
British night was fun at Emerald Downs, and again, racing on Saturdays at 5 p.m. Keep that in mind. First race 5 p.m. Dollar night this Saturday. We'll take a short time out and come back with more here on Emerald Downs Weekly.
The grass is slippery.
Was that a left-footed kick?
Terrible.
Slippery grass. I slipped.
Wide left.
Left-footed?
Left foot.
Left-footed, huh?
The
Okay.
Seahawks like guys that can go wide left.
Way wide left.
Yes.
How'd Carlo do overall out there?
Not well.
Not well.
I thought he did pretty darn good.
That was a pretty small goal. You didn't even have to move hardly to block a shot.
Hey.
If Gary can stop one, jeez.
Gary laid out for it.
I did.
Well, yeah, that's because his weight took him over the top of his head and down to the earth. Saturday at Emerald Downs, again, it was British night, so Carlo from England was in goal. And who was that going to take a shot?
It's our leading conditioner playing right out in the park.
Well, he's our leading stakes conditioner. Don't slight Frank Lucarelli there.
That's true.
Aha.
What happened on the kick?
He went to the right, and Carlo made a kick save.
Wow.
He got closer than you did.
He went to the right, huh? Because we've seen everybody going to the left so far.
Yep, he went right and tried to surprise Carlo, but Carlo was ready. And remember, all the kids and everybody who got it past Carlo got a $5 coupon to get an ice cream or get some food inside our track level.
Nice, nice. All right, let's take a look at some Saturday action on the track at Emerald Downs. Let's go to race number 3, and we had a couple of odds-on winners to start the card, and that continued in the third race. This is a mile for 3-year-olds and up fillies and mares. Glitter and Gold gets it, and Gary Wales continued his streak.
Absolutely.
That made it, 25 straight days there.
25 with all in July. He's had multiple win days, Joe, so he's really been on fire.
Wow, multiple win days every day this month?
Yep.
That's fantastic. Okay, Gary is having one great season. All right, let's move forward to race number 4 at Emerald Downs, and we had an upset in the first leg of the Pick 5. This fourth race was for 4-year-olds and up at a mile, and that is Rough and Ready battling it out with Old Timer's Vision. And Rough and Ready, the 5-year-old, beat the 8-year-old. Ryan Barber, a fine ride aboard the Alan Bozell trainee, and Boz is having a really good recent run here at Emerald Downs. That was a 20-1 winner, so pick 5, jackpot pick 7. We had to kind of keep an eye on that to see what happened, and we'll give you those results. Let's go on to race number 6, and this was a really tough field of older horse sprinters. And as we come down the stretch here, and none other than Mr. Breeze is going to pick up another Emerald Downs victory. Look at that. He won clearly over a lot of speedsters in that race. Mr. Breeze is now 2 for 3 at the meeting. Trained by Mary Perrone. Administer second. Ridgefield Rocket, the speed horse, was third. And Jose Zanino aboard Mr. Breeze. And he moves farther up the list. There it is. Mike Mann's Gold on top. And actually, of course, tied with West Seattle Boy for most wins in track history. Those are the active horses with the most wins at Emerald Downs. And yeah, Barkley's on there because he won this year, and he's going to be back next year.
Okay.
And Phil, that horse on top, we may see him soon.
Yes, Saturday, actually, going for the record.
He is. He's going for the record. Mike Mann's Gold, the son of Liberty Gold, and Shadoodle. What a career he's had. He's won here 8 straight seasons, tied for the most of
He's
any
in
horse.
the 6th race
Sixth
on
race?
Saturday.
Okay.
You know, it was a neat thing in that race, Joe, in the 6th race when Mr. Breeze won. It was the Katie Land purse, and I met Katie, and she showed me a ticket out of her purse. She had a $50 win ticket on number 2, Mr. Breeze, at 11-1.
Wow.
So her friend says, Katie, you just won over $500.
Very nice.
So that was a pretty cool thing to see.
That is great. Yeah, Mr. Breeze paid a nice price. So we had a couple of, we had a 10-1, a 20-1 in the pick 5 sequence. Let's go on to the feature race on Saturday. This is fillies and mares going 2 turns.
Tesla now with gas in the tank tries to take him the distance, but Semi-Sweet's on the attack. 200 yards for the finish. Goldie's Darlin's back third, but Tesla is out front, and Tesla has been rated perfect by Ryan Barber. They go wire to wire.
Tesla is carving out a pretty nice little career from 13 starts. That was her 5th win. 2nd in a row. Alan Bozell with a double, and Ryan Barber aboard for both on Saturday. Yeah, he backed up the pace, and she pulled away to win with ease at 9-2. Did Tesla, who's by Papa Clem, a Calbred. So that was the feature race. Also on Saturday, if the Trifecta King can hit, then he's going to cost the track money, but I don't know. It's not going to happen that much, or it hasn't happened. I shouldn't say that. But it did happen on Saturday at Emerald Downs. The Trifecta King scored. Royal decree.
And what happens?
We can hear Tom there in the background.
You're handing out what, Gary?
Medallions.
And what does that do?
It gets you a free beer.
Not a free beer.
Okay, a $1 beer.
$1 beer.
That's
Slight difference. Only $1 difference.
Suds. Suds there, north and south.
Everybody looks scared of you. Nobody is even like, why is this guy dressed like this until they announce dollar beers?
Yes.
And then you become popular.
Very popular.
Yes.
It was supposed to be for people only inside the square, but we'll start seeing people all appear from all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay. This individual's coming up. Heard about the announcement.
Every Saturday.
There we go.
Okay.
If I win the trifecta, we'll give out dollar beers.
On Saturdays?
Yes, just
Okay.
Saturday nights.
Okay, well, make sure you handicap a little bit longer for Saturdays then.
That's a good point.
Hit that trifecta. Sunday was Irish Day, a tradition at Emerald Downs, and the Irish Day Stakes, of course, one of the features and one of the nice highlights of the afternoon was the Irish Dancers.
Yes, they had a great time. They danced after a few races. Jeffrey Castle and his band performed all day between the races. Phil, we had a great day, huh? Weather was
Excellent.
nice.
Yeah, and that band, I love watching and listening to the band and the dancers.
That's Claire right there.
Yep.
Claire, Emmy, and Sylvie. Because
Wow.
I talked to them out in the paddock there.
Over 1,200 views on our Instagram page.
Nice.
So very popular with the Seattle Irish dance team.
Nice addition to Saturday, or Irish Day, the Irish Dancers. Yeah.
Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. We're continuing with the Sunday theme of racing, and it was a stakes doubleheader. Classic Leah took the first race, and it was a nice job up on the front end as she just blitzed her opponents. Gary Wales took her to the front out of the gate. Mrs. Taylor may be expected to set the pace, but no, Classic Leah did. And she's now, 3 for 6 lifetime, and Gary Wales.
Gary Wales and Paul Johnson.
Paul Johnson,
Paul
right?
likes to celebrate in the winner's circle, and he was bugging me for a $1 coin for a $1 beer. I says, only on Saturdays.
Gary wasted no time extending the streak.
26.
Yeah.
Race.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we had a 2-year-old maiden special weight race for colts and geldings, and that's one of the stakes races this coming weekend. I don't know if this horse is going to run back in 7 days, but he showed a lot of speed. Turn the Clock to Zero by Harbor the Gold out of Emmy Storm, owned by the Grasshopper stable of Paul Heist and Jack Fabulich, K. Cooper trainer, and 104 and 1 the time under Eddie Martinez. So really nice career debut. Second time starter was Turn the Clock to Zero. So he added excitement there. Good finish by Drop Your Buff. So let's move on to race number 6. This is the Irish Day Stakes. We had 11 3-year-old fillies going 1 1/16.
As they're sent down for the drive, and it's Mucho Amor leading the charge. Late save from Twirling Devon along the inside. Racing back third is Northwest Factor. Here comes Twirling Devon with a big charge at the inside. Mucho Amor, but the long shot, Twirling Devon pulls off the upset.
Twirling Devon up the rail. What a ride by Kevin Orozco. You know, that filly was last down the backstretch, and he got her over to the rail before the half-mile pole and was able to just stay there. And Manny Ortiz, Tim Bankers, the owner, got their first Emerald Down Stakes victories.
And way wide into the first turn. So
Yep.
Kevin Orozco did a really nice job
did.
waiting for a spot to open up at the rail and took it, saved some ground at the end.
Super ride by Kevin Orozco. Twirling Devon. Her and Senora Diablo, both owned by Tim Bankers. Senora Diablo was fourth, and Mucho Amor, the heavy favorite, ran big. And
2 times in a row now, Joe. Both last stakes races. She's had big leads in the stretch and just get be in the wire. So
she didn't have a big lead in the Kent. That was a little less talk in her.
But she was leading though, right? Yeah.
Okay.
But not a big lead. So maybe they'll put blinkers on.
Yeah, well, she was erratic in the stretch for sure.
Yeah.
And the 8th race on Sunday was the Seattle Slew Stakes. Karen and Mickey Taylor out to crown the winner once again. Always great to see the owners of the awesome champion Seattle Slew. And we had a full gate of 12 in this one.
And McCall Lane leads the charge down the stretch with a furlong to go, but they're 4 across the track. My grandpa is there. Here comes Rally Cat back on. From the outside, Perfect Dude in the search as well. 70 yards for home. Rally Cat, Perfect Dude, fight it out to the finish. Perfect Dude just up in time.
Blaine Wright, trainees 1-2, Perfect Dude, first career stakes victory. Son of Majestic Perfection. He is a Washington bred. He's out of Gadget Queen, who won the Bell Roberts here, and that horse ran some extra real estate as well.
Yeah, and that had to be, Gary pointed out right away, that has to be a rarity with 12, 10, 11.
Yes.
So the 3 outside horses making the trifecta. So that's a rarity. Like you say, they go wide into that first turn. It's not easy to do.
I think Tom Harris at Handicapper's Corner, he didn't have the 12 on top, but he had all 3 of those double-digit horses in the top
impressive.
3. Yeah, 12, 10, 11 it came in. Perfect Dude. Kevin Orozco, a stakes double for him. Yep. Todd and Sean Hansen, the winning owners. Let's get to the finale on Sunday, and we'll show that. This is the 9th race, and the reason we're showing that is because the pick 7, the pick 5 was all on the line. There was a carryover in the pick 5. The heavy favorite took over and dusted his foes. That was General Mach 4 under Franklin Sabalos. We had a pick 5 carryover, which of course doesn't happen often. The pick 7 carries over more. And there's the winning pick 7 ticket, fellas.
Wow.
$43.20. Looks like he singled Perfect Dude there in the Seattle Slew.
$20,000.
$20,000. New York George. Great job. He takes the whole thing. Okay, we'll take a short break here on Emerald Downs Weekly.
I've never had a ticket like that.
I might ask him if I can split his ticket next week. I'll get
But like
some
Phil
money.
said, he might have bought another ticket or two, but
EMD for me.
there's profit out there.
Yes. Check
You
them
do
out.
that. Emerald Downs Weekly continues. Thanks for joining us every Thursday night at 10 p.m. It's 11 p.m.
Yep, and 9 a.m. on Friday. I'll be up for that one this Friday.
Well,
Joe, I'll write it down
Joe,
right
you're
here.
never up that late. That's why.
you know, I do end up falling asleep on the couch once in a while before that particular time. But it's on YouTube as well within days of the airing. So 11 p.m. Thursday nights, 9 a.m. Friday morning for Emerald Downs Weekly. Hey, we have a stakes quadruple header this particular Sunday, July 21st. After a really nice stakes doubleheader last weekend, Phil, we've got a nice wager associated with that.
Yeah, for 50 cents, you can play the pick four, all four stakes races, expecting good field sizes and competitive races. It's always fun when you put all stakes races together for a pick four, and you get a lot of national interest in that as well. And the bettors really seem to enjoy it. Sometimes you can get some big payouts.
Well, yeah, I think horse players do like to see the better horses, and when you can string a pick four together, it always adds interest with the all stakes pick four, for sure. Okay, let's talk about those races. The Mount Rainier is 50,000. It's at a mile and a 16th. And Any Port in a Storm not going in the race. He's won both stakes so far in the division. Both sprints. Blaine Wright, by design, is going to train him up to the 1 mile.
You know, in this day and age, that makes sense.
Well, yeah.
You know,
he's a sprinter.
And horses don't run as much as they used to do. And Blaine's a great trainer. He knows his horse. And Blaine and the owner, Peter Redekop, they really want to win a mile. So they think they can do their best work by get him some workouts and get him ready to run that mile.
It's our only category where you go longer and then shorten back up for the final leg. So Blaine wants to avoid that.
Jim Penny used that twice for victory with Ed Nader and Sabretooth. El Huerfano has been an outstanding horse in his career. Big bankroll over $500,000, and he has also won a couple of times at Santa Anita. He loves a mile. He's going to go a mile at a 16th on Sunday in the Mount Rainier for trainer Chris Stensley. There he is with a nice victory at Santa Anita. He, of course, was in the Governor's 6.5. Didn't wow us in that race, but boy, he's an accomplished route horse. The Boeing Stakes is a mile at a 16th for fillies and mares, and of course, Blaine Wright had that tremendous feat last year of winning all 5 filly and mare stakes with 5 different horses. Don't Kiss and Tell races for Carl Krieg, and here he is winning the Washington Cup last year at a mile, and she has run well this year.
Yes, trained by
really well.
Tom Wenzel.
Yeah,
who's in our top 5 and all-time trainers with stakes winners.
She was placed in both the Hastings and the Legislators Stakes here at Emerald Downs this year, but she can go a mile. The King County Stakes, that could be wide open. That's 2-year-old colts and geldings, and Ready to Star is from the barn of Doris Harwood, and Doris and Jeff Harwood very high on this young colt, and of course Doris has had so many fine 2-year-olds over the years. Ready to Star got a little bit fractious, a little nervous in his career debut, but he really put it together there on June 30th with that maiden win, and the Harwood's excited about his. He's out of Hit a Star, who was a stakes winner here at Emerald Downs.
Yeah, she won over 10 races, I believe, right, Joe?
She did. The 2-year-old races are 5.5 furlongs on Sunday. The King County is for the colts and geldings. The Angie C is for the 2-year-old fillies, and one of the strong possibilities in there is Devilish Diva, who ran pretty fast for her maiden victory. And here she comes under Scott Stevens for trainer Paul Treasure, and of course Paul won a juvenile filly stake race last year with Aikman's Juliet. Scott Stevens showing up a couple of weekends ago and going 2 for 2, both on Paul Treasure horses. Devilish Diva could be a strong contender for Sunday's Angie C, a stakes quadruple header. That's 4 in a row on Sunday. We'll be right back here on Emerald Downs Weekly. Reed Palmer Photography. I think Aaron Palmer might have taken this shot, but this is the finish of the Irish Day from last Sunday. Twirling Devon coming up the inside on the right. Edges out Mucho Amor. Everything's okay, fellas. And that's Northwest Factor over on the left. She's going to run third, but really great run up the rail by Kevin Orozco on Twirling Devon. Nice dynamic picture there, fellas. You guys all right?
Well, yeah, great view.
No, that wasn't an earthquake, was it? Was that an earthquake?
I didn't feel it, but
nope.
Something, a table something fell off a table and there's no one over there, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, what a great shot. Our track photographers, Reed and Aaron Palmer, do a great job, and that's a great view. We see it all the time in these stakes races, but you can look right into their eyes, into the horse's eyes when they're coming right at you.
Is Reed or Aaron laying down with a camera as those horses come running by?
That's a remote camera right there.
Camera.
That'd be
But if you want to get down there and take that picture, Gary, go right ahead.
In the olden days, they had to hide behind something, the photographer. But
yes.
Okay. Hey, Phil, who is your top trainer? We're into the second half of the season here at Emerald Downs for 2019.
Yes, time for Midseason Awards.
Yeah.
And, they do the Midseason MVP in baseball. We figured we'd do it here as we've crossed the midway point. And I know you guys, it's the obvious choice. Blaine Wright's had a great first half, but I'm going to take Frank Lucarelli, who has 35 wins and actually has 9 more wins than Blaine Wright.
Yeah.
And has won at just about every level and having a great season, one of his best. And he's had a lot of great seasons here.
Yep.
Winning at 24%, over $312,000 in earnings. Blaine has more earnings, but of course, most of that's from stakes races, so I'm going to take Frank.
Okay. Gary?
It's a good selection. I think it's obviously between Blaine and Frank, and I took Blaine Wright with his 7 stakes wins so far halfway through the season. The record's 12, so he's got plenty more stakes to go after and maybe break a record that was set by Doris Harwood that I thought at the time would be real hard to beat. But Blaine's got some big-time owners, and his horses are performing.
7 stakes wins and 10 stakes offered, and he has a couple of seconds as well. He's got 6 of the top 7 earners at the meeting, and you can't knock Frank Lucarelli's season so far at all, as Frank goes for his 6th training title at Emerald Downs. But Blaine's stakes prowess is just fantastic, and he has owners that want to run these really well-bred horses here, which is so good for us and our fans.
Yeah, so what about top jockey?
Okay.
Mid-season top jockey, Gary?
I chose the leading rider, Gary Wales. He's
surprise!
Way up on top. Leads by 20, Joe. Most wins, highest win percentage. He also has the best betting rank of all the jockeys. That's tough to do.
Does it really?
As a leading rider.
Wow.
Yeah, he ranks number 1.
Has that ever happened?
Nope, I don't think here. I got to go back a few years to see if I can figure that out, but that's tough to do because usually you're running a lot of favorites. 37 days of racing so far, and he's won at least 1 race on 34 race days. And in July alone, he's won 15 races in the 7 days. And I was comparing to Rocco Bowen last year. Rocco had streaks of 15, 12, and 11. Gary's at 26. That's days of consecutive days of winning. So he's having one amazing season so far. Gary Wales winning 1.6 races a day for jockey agent David Marbles Singer.
Yeah, the betting rank is right there in the first part of the program. And Gary combines winning percentage with payouts. So,
payouts.
Rocco won on so many favorites because people bet on him, and he earned his way to the best horse so often because of his prowess and his accomplishments. But great for Gary. And, the last few weeks he's won with several higher-priced horses, which is the sign of a really good rider.
Yep.
Phil?
Yeah, well, of course, Gary is the right answer for this one. I'll give honorable mention to Juan Gutierrez just because he missed all of last year. It's great to see him back, and he's won 18% of his starts, 29 wins. He's number 5 in the standings, and that's pretty amazing considering he missed the entire year last year. But Gary Wales, obviously, slam dunk pick for probably the whole year.
I thought you were going to take Juan Hernandez because he's 3-3-0 and 6 stakes mounts up here.
That's pretty good. He's made very good use of his trips up here. That's for sure.
What about your top horse, Phil?
Really hard to go against any Port in a Storm, so that's who I'm going to go with.
Okay. Yeah, he won both the Governors and the first stake here, the Budweiser and the Governors. Gary?
Yeah, I did all the same. Just watching him run down the stretch, he looks like a real serious racehorse. I think getting 2 turns and 8 furlongs here in August on Championship Sunday will be within reach. And
I'm taking another horse that's 2 for 2.
Is it a horse that you own a percentage of?
No.
Do you have any horses like that yet this year? Joe?
This is the look he gets
What
in
kind
the
of a
office
question
all
is
the time.
that?
Well, I figure you're rooting for one of your horses that's doing well. Okay.
Where do you go with that, Phil?
I don't know. Just give me.
Is that a slam to me that I haven't been winning like I did last year?
Last
No, I
year
didn't
was
even
all
think of
about
that.
his horses.
All
yes.
about Joe last
By the way,
year.
Northwest Factor ran well this past
She
week.
ran really well.
She ran
she?
well.
I'm gonna go with Baja Sur.
All right.
Because he ran the fastest 6 furlongs for a 3-year-old in track history. And he's 2 for 2. He's undefeated. I mean, any port in the storm is solid, but Baja Sur didn't run in the Seattle Slew, but what he's done so far and what he's done this year has been really strong.
Yes.
Okay,
And, yeah,
so memorable moments for the season so far. Blaine Wright with 6 out of 7 horses as top earners. Here comes Perfect Dude down the middle of the track, and he's got to beat another Blaine Wright horse, Rally Cat, to do it. And Kevin Orozco got him to switch leads. It was a long journey for Perfect Dude from that 12 post, around horses all the way. But Blaine, with all those high earners, I'm going to take him for my top feat of the meet. 6 of the leading 7 earners at the halfway point. Gary?
Well, is this a question? I would say a ringer, but we haven't had a ringer, so that's not very memorable. I would say all the T-Rexes getting through the starting gate.
Okay.
And none of them falling down out of the gate and putting on one exciting race that lasted, 110 yards. They all finished but one. But we're estimating now over 100 million views around the world of this T-Rex race right here at Auburn's Emerald Downs.
And you exaggerate a lot, but you're not exaggerating in this case. That video is being shown. I got requests from China, Taiwan, and Britain today.
Really?
The Today Show in Great Britain. They're airing it tomorrow. So
Yes.
ESPN, it was number 9 on their top 10 list during the week.
Yeah.
Nice.
Top plays of the night. It's amazing.
I mean, literally everywhere. Phil, how about you?
I'm going to go with, we talked about him earlier, Mike Mann's Gold, who tied the record at Emerald Downs, 21 wins in a career. And
Look at that guy.
I know, just
not even
never
close.
stops. And been claimed back and forth, in it to win it, and Joe Toy have traded this horse back and forth the last 3 starts, and he's in the 6th race on Saturday for $25,000. It would not surprise me to see.
Yeah.
In this case, it would be Joe Toy's turn to claim him back again. But if he wins, he's going to break the record. And incredible accomplishment. Mike Mann's Gold has developed quite a fan base here at Emerald Downs.
He's been tremendous. He could be in the Muckleshoot Tribal Classic again this year. It would be his 8th straight year of running in a stakes race. That'd be something. Okay, we're going to take a time out. We've got more to come here on Emerald Downs Weekly.
You should try buying a horse, Gary. See how
Just
you do.
don't talk about my horses. You sound like a fool. Really.
Fool.
Jesus.
Leave that in, guys.
You sound like a fool.
Leave it in.
Well,
No.
I was thinking if he had 2 wins in a race. 2 wins
What
out of a
was I
horse.
going to... Which horse of mine would I pick?
That's
None
a show.
this year, I guess.
Just leave it out.
Keep
okay?
rolling.
Leave
Joe?
it out.
Keep rolling.
Emerald Downs Weekly. Oh, a bird just flew through our set there. Joe Withy, Gary Doherty, and Phil Ziegler. And yeah, Gary and I are okay, I think. I don't know. Depends on what he says.
That's a stat.
It's
attack,
time
right,
for
Joe?
stat versus stat. What do you got this week?
Well,
You're coming off a win.
A win. Yes, I'm closing the gap. Kevin Orozco won his first 2 stakes of the year and became only the 2nd jockey in Emerald Downs history to win both the Seattle Slew and the Irish Day Stakes in the same year. One other time was Ricky Frazier in 2005. So in 24 years of racing, Kevin Orozco and Ricky Frazier have both won the Slew and the Irish Day. And Orozco did it in the same day from posts number 11 and post 12, which
Okay.
seems pretty hard to do, but he did it.
Not bad being compared ever with Ricky Frazier, who won 5 titles here at Emerald Downs, made the Washington Racing Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know, when you talk about Washington greatness and lists and accomplishments, Chinook Pass is often mentioned, But he wasn't the first horse to pull off this outstanding feat. Let's take a look at a runner from the late 70s.
Table Hands in front, Open Gate is second. Jet Rating on the rail, and loads of fun. Table Hands running easily by 4 lengths, and Open Gate, and Table Hands is the winner by 3.5 lengths.
Table Hands made the Washington Thoroughbred Hall of Fame. She was one sensational juvenile filly by Table Run out of Hold Hands. Wilbur Stadelman in the winner's circle there sold her for $500,000. There's only 2 Washington breds in history that have won stakes races at Santa Anita, Hollywood Park, and Del Mar. Table Hands did it over 2 seasons, 79-80, and of course the great Chinook Pass, Washington's only Eclipse Award winner, also did it. So 2 horses have won stakes at those 3 major track venues in Southern Cal, and of course nobody's going to do that again because Hollywood Park has been closed.
I was thinking the same thing.
Carries a Jewel won at all 3 tracks in 2007 and added a win at Golden Gate that year, but not stakes races like those 2 Hall of Fame members. So
all on dirt, right, Joe?
Since Del Mar started,
no turf racing.
A little bit apropos.
All on dirt.
Yeah. Okay, there's our stats of the week.
We got a Phil.
And,
Gary, you declared yourself the loser before you even started, so you lose.
Oh,
You said mine's not that good.
Oh.
That's
did
what
he
you
say
said.
that on
Not
air?
on air.
During the show?
Before the show, before the segment started, he goes, "Mine's not that good."
Well,
So
it was simple. It was relative to last week. It
It's informational.
Joe had
It
video.
had a current jockey. Joe had video.
My
Gary
presentation.
Henson with the call.
Harry Henson.
Harry.
And that was Harry Henson.
Yeah, that was his
wow.
dad, yeah.
You know, they really sounded
Yeah.
similar in a
Well,
lot of ways. Right?
Yeah,
Gary,
oh, they
Gary.
did.
On the rail, the way they say that and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was Harry Henson. Okay, well, speaking of Washington bred greats, our Road to the Long Acres Mile feature is concerned toward a Washington bred great. Who's the best horse in Emerald Downs history? A very strong case can be made for multi-track and state record holder and 2010 Long Acres Mile champion, Noosa Beach. The first mare that Sire Harbor the Gold covered at Barcy Stables was Doris and Jeff Harwood's Julia Rose, and the resulting foal, Noosa Beach. State champion of his division at ages 2, 3, 4, and 5, Noosa Beach broke through as a truly great horse at the age of 4. The 2010 Budweiser Handicap, in the mud from an outside post and a 9-length victory, separated him from local competition.
We didn't really know how well he'd run in the mud, and when he just trounced him, I mean, it was unbelievable. He could do it all, and there's so few horses that can do that.
And it's all Noosa Beach. Noosa Beach, 4 in front. Gallen down the outside to second, then Rooster City, but what a huge performance. Never in doubt, and rubbing salt in the wounds. Noosa Beach wins by 7 or 8 lengths.
The run of dominance continued through 2010 and 2011 with a tremendous mark of 10 wins from 12 starts.
Just incredible memories. Can't believe it happened to me and Doris. Sorry to get emotional, but and the thing that really puts the cherry on top is every morning when I walk out on the deck, he's standing out in the paddock looking at me.
Those memories include the 2010 mile. It was an outstanding field that included the previous 2 mile champions, Wasserman and Assessment, as well as Gallant Sun, Winning Machine, and soon-to-be Grade 1 winner, Jersey Town.
It's Noosa Beach in front. The only danger is Jersey Town. Noosa Beach 2 clear. Noosa Beach holding Jersey Town. And it's going to be Noosa Beach's mile. Noosa Beach a length to Jersey Town.
They couldn't beat him going to the front. They couldn't beat him trying to knock him down coming out of the gate. Fast track, slow track, muddy track, he was there.
Noosa Beach remains the track's top career-leading stakes winner, 11, and single-season stakes winner, 5. He could fly. He tied Attaboy Roy's state record of 107 flat for 6 furlongs, and he won at a track record 7 different distances. He carried the most weight in an Emerald Downs Stakes win, 126 pounds, and is the only local horse to win his first start at ages 2, 3, 4, and 5.
He was born to be a racehorse. That's what he loves, and he would still like to be here. And he was just one of the great life's memories, and actually a real blessing from God that we got to have him.
At age 13, he's happy and spoiled at the Harwood Farm in Auburn.
He's just a pleasure to have around. You know, every time I look at him, I think it's something, you know, some great race that he ran, or, you know, it just warms my heart.
Emerald Downs Weekly right here on NBC Sports Northwest, and 4 stakes on Sunday here at Emerald Downs, but we get things started with a Fab Friday night once again, Gary.
Yes, Fab Friday night, drink specials, first race 6:30, 7-race card, chance to win $1,000 with a cold ringer, 40 feet, that's the horseshoe toss. And Katie Wade, our first appearance here, she's a country singer, local, will be out performing between the races. Saturday, Twilight Racing, 5 p.m. first post, 8-race card, and we'll have music afterwards. But during the races, it's country night, and we'll have a DJ playing some country music from all years and decades.
Good. Heavy on the 70s country.
Yeah, 60s,
What's your favorite
70s.
country?
That's what I was listening.
What's your favorite country song?
Country song? Boy, I don't know.
Or artist? Favorite
Rainbow
country
Stew, Merle Haggard. I like
Ooh.
that one in the 70s.
Going old school there.
Yeah,
I like little Glenn Campbell.
he was good.
Glenn Campbell. How about you, Phil? You listen to this country in New York?
You know who's really? How about a little Darius Rucker?
Darius
Kind
Rucker.
of shifted over to the country genre there
Okay.
for a while.
Does he sing?
Garth Brooks.
Does he have a
always
song
good.
called Riser?
No, Dierks Bentley was Riser. Yes,
Dierks Bentley.
Dierks Bentley.
So
You're
yeah,
only one off there.
country night is Saturday night. We'll have the Mechanical Bowl. Come on out.
And by the way, I think you should stick to throwing horseshoes because
Yeah.
you're perfect at that. But the soccer goalie, the mechanical bull thing,
Civ. So that should be a fun Saturday night. What's the weather forecast Saturday night?
Beautiful. This
Beautiful.
weekend's supposed to be great.
I'll comment on the weather.
80s. You know, when it's nice here at Emerald Downs and the mountains out, there's no
boy.
place better to be. And we should always remind folks, ages 17 and under always get in free.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is, people call all the time, can I bring my kids? Yes,
Yes.
this is family friendly, a lot of fun family activities. August 4th, of course, the Corgi races, and we posted that event on Facebook. So we're looking forward to
And there's no
great
need to
events.
reserve. Just
No, just show up.
come with money. Get in through the general
$9
admission.
adults.
$9.
Kids are free.
Yep.
Free parking on site.
Free parking on site.
Take a tram on in to the
Compare
racetrack.
that to other activities, or even compare that going to the movies these days. This is the best value around.
The weekend special as well with the steak and eggs. Now that's a little bit later in the evening, but
Right.
Thursday through Sunday, $3.95 New York steak and 2 eggs and hash browns. $3.95 up on the casino on the 5th floor from 10 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. Thursday through Sunday.
And
That's a heck of a deal.
How many places you go on Saturday night and listen to a free concert?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. That concert starts right after our last race on the 5th floor. And also, you can go play some cards in the card room, little Pai Gal or blackjack. So it should be a fun Saturday. Sunday is Premio Fiesta. Is it Fiesta?
Fiesta Premio
Premio Esmeralda.
There,
Yes,
the
the dancing horses,
horses, yeah.
banda, mariachi.
The dancing horses might be it's
They're-
right up there at one of my favorite
Oh,
things
they're
of the
incredible.
whole year. They were here for Cinco de Mayo also, and great entertainment. I don't know what it is, but the weather is always perfect for
It
Premio
is.
every year. This year is going to be no exception.
Yeah, the horse show is really special. Just the training and the discipline, and just those animals bonding. And
12:30, Joe.
Yeah, get here at
Okay.
12:30, folks.
Yep.
Take our advice and get here early and see that horse show and the dancing horses. Bring your camera, bring the
45
kids.
minutes.
It's great.
Fiesta Premio Esmeralda on Sunday. We're going to have a pick 5, of course, each day, and we had a record pick 5 pool on Sunday. We had a carryover Saturday.
Yeah.
17,800, and in fact 2 of our top 3 pick 5s have now been recently at Emerald Downs. We a little over 111,000 in the pick 5 pool on Sunday. So I think people out in the environment outside of Washington State, they're paying attention to us a little bit more. New York George has helped out on that.
Yes, and there's a reduced takeout on the pick 5 and pick 7, only 15%, and normally it's 22.1. So
Yeah.
it's quite a reduction in the takeout. And for folks that don't understand that, if every $100 bet, a certain percentage gets returned to the bettors in the winning wagers, and you're betting against other folks. And when the takeout is reduced, it basically means if you get the winning ticket, you're going to get more money.
More money.
That's what it comes down to.
Sure. Yeah, so a stakes quadruple header, including the Mount Rainier, which is in the older horse division. The mile coming up on August 11th, Championship Sunday. Make plans to be out on that day as well, because the Long Acres Mile heads the list, but also the traditional mile day other stake, the Emerald Distaff, fillies and mares at 1 mile and 1/8. Then you have 2 other 1 mile and 1/8 races, the Washington Oaks for 3-year-old fillies and the Muckleshoot Derby for 3-year-olds open. So just a fantastic day of racing just around the corner, mile day, August 11th. So,
And Joe, real quick, this Sunday, in addition to the dancing horses, we'll have pony rides for the kids,
okay.
face painters, and a couple of tattoo artists. So again, bring all the family members. It should be lots of fun, great horse racing, horses on the racetrack, and go to the park, get some food, and get in line and ride a pony.
Now, those are fake tattoos. Kitty
Yeah.
tattoos, yes.
I presume,
Yeah,
I'll verify that on Sunday.
Okay. Thanks for watching Emerald Downs Weekly. How many rounds are we going after the show?
3 rounds,
3
smoker.
rounds. I can't last 3.
1 minute round.
Okay. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you at the track this weekend.
Phil, who's plus 100, plus 110, minus 110?
I don't think those are the right odds.